Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 12, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, son told mom he and his sister would likely die together. Kerry Moody, believed to have been killed and buried in a shallow grave with his sister, Kenisha, by gangsters who recorded the act, was so fond of his sibling that he told their mother they would likely die together. The bond between them was so strong that the 20-year-old ignored his mother's repeated warnings to stay away from his 22-year-old sister, who had a darker past. According to Stephanie Edwards, each time her daughter, who they called Steffi, was around, 20-year-old Carrick would Debbie INR. One day I even said to him, "You give the woman no privacy. You sleep all in your sister's bed. You and your sister sleep." And he said, "Mommy, anywhere Steffi dead, me a dead." The distraught mother told the news on Monday. "That's what the little boy said to me, and it is in my brain, and it's proven right now. That is the love that the two of them have. So if they did even hold Steffi and do something to she, and tell him figure, him never did a go leave." She is still awaiting word from the police on whether her children's bodies have been found. She reported them missing from their Brompton St. Elizabeth house last Saturday. On Sunday, she said familiar body marks had her convinced they were the ones on the horrific video making the rounds on social media. "Had he stayed with me in Grange Hill, he would still be alive," said a mournful Edwards. The single mother of 5 said she was unaware of her son being involved in criminal activity before his disappearance. She said she struggled to provide for all her children, doing odd jobs to make ends meet, and she encouraged them to find the jobs. She often told Carrick to go look for work to better off your life. If he had only listened, she said, he would be safe today. Her children knew she did not condone illegal activity, she stressed. The 54-year-old mother said she tried to get Carrick to enroll in Heart NSTA Trust to learn a skill and brought him closer to wear to classes, but he never went. He was supposed to sit Caribbean Examination Council exams during the COVID-19 pandemic, but he didn't follow through, though he dreamt of being an architect. "Him can do welding and him do architect. Him can draw well," she said proudly of her son, who attended Godfrey Stewart High School in the parish. According to Deputy Superintendent of Police in charge of operations in the Westmoreland Police Division, Adrian Hamilton, Carrick was not on the police's radar, but his sister was out on bail after she was charged with illegal possession of ammunition. The case, Hamilton said, is still before the court, and the one condition of her bail was that she should stay away from Grange Hill, Westmoreland. Before that, Kenisha was among several individuals charged with being a member of the notorious King Valley Gang in Grange Hill. She was later acquitted. The DSP said the search for the sibling continues, so too does the effort to dismantle the gangs. "We appeal to the young men and women in Grange Hill in particular, and the wider Westmoreland by extension, to desist from becoming a part or assist in engaging, no matter how superficial, in the pursuits of these vicious gang members," Hamilton urged. The circulation of the viral video of what the siblings' mother fears is their murder came just hours after the fresh imposition of a state of public emergency in the parish as a way to address a surge in criminal activity. According to DSP Hamilton, the parish has recorded 112 murders since the start of the year, 23 fewer than the corresponding period last year. Westmoreland has developed a murder culture where people kill for little or nothing. "These are the people we have grown that are now eating us up within the parish," he bemoaned. MP theorizes slain anchovy Haitian was a victim of a hit. 14-year-old Randino Dino James, who lost his life when gunmen sprayed a St. James bar with bullets last Friday evening, may have been a victim of a hit. The soft-spoken Anchovy High School student was the only fatality in the Montpelier attack, which left one other person injured. It was not immediately clear who the hit was ordered for and who placed the bounty, but a former police detective turned legislator, Homer Davis, has theorized that the deadly attack was executed as a result of an order made. "From my investigation, this wasn't a robbery. This was what you would commonly term as a hit," said Davis, who is the state minister in the office of the Prime Minister and a member of Parliament for St. James Southern. "And this is the consequence of it. A community is in mourning, a school is in mourning, and Jamaica is in mourning," he told the news, at Anchovy High's Dr. Fidel Castro campus in Montpelier on Monday as he joined the school community in mourning. Grief counselors from neighboring schools such as Anchovy Primary School and the Cambridge High School joined in helping to console the grieving students and the teachers. It is a sad day for not only the school community, but the wider Jamaica that our young people are being murdered mercilessly on a daily basis, Davis lamented. He said that the eye for an eye concept is not an appropriate solution in settling disputes and that those responsible for this and several other shootings are known to the communities. I am sure that the persons who are responsible for all these shootings are from the areas where these shootings occurred, Davis claimed. Sometimes they don't even know why they have been murdered. We as a people have to understand that if it's an eye for an eye, the whole nation will go blind, and it's full time we find a better way to resolve our differences, he warned. According to police reports, at about 6:28 p.m. on Friday, James, who lived in Montpelier, was playing football and was seeking shelter at a bar from a sudden downpour when a vehicle drove up and the two men alighted. The men entered the bar and opened gunfire at the occupants, hitting James in the upper body. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. A 17-year-old female was also shot and injured. Anchovy High Principal Laverne Stewart said that James was a quiet student and a good footballer. He was actively engaged in our football program, and although he was not on the team for this year, he was part of the general team and a very good player, Stewart said of the 8th grader. Based on what I am seeing now and the outpouring of love, he was quite popular among the students. His homeroom teacher informed me that he was quiet, mannerly and respectable, she told the news. The end-of-term examinations for grade 8 students were suspended on Monday to allow for mourning. We most definitely could not have them sitting an exam at this time based on the emotions that they are facing and dealing with, Stewart said. We will work out the logistics in terms of having those papers done another day. The principal said James is about the fourth student over the last 5 years to lose his life in tragic circumstances. We have had students who went to shop and who were in different places and they were taken down in like manner, she said. Violet Brown, James' grandmother, said the family is at a loss as to who would want to kill him because he was not a troublemaker. She said that her grandson's death was unbelievable. She would rely on God for strength, leaving vengeance to him. Right now, if you talk to him, you would have to listen very carefully to understand what he's saying. He doesn't speak much, so I'm not sure how and why this took place, Brown said. For his part, Bruce Wedderburn, president of the school's Parent-Teacher Association, encouraged the students to honor the memory of their schoolmates by conducting themselves well and being as respectful as James was. Randino never chose to die on Friday. You and I never choose the day we die, but one thing we must do is accept that we will die, Wedderburn said. Life will go on, but let us understand something. There are certain things we can't choose, and death is one of them, he added. Another murderer admits guilt owing to CCTV footage. A 19-year-old male who was granted bail in the Western Regional Gun Court in September is one of two men implicated in the murder of 34-year-old vendor Akeem Robinson, who was killed 2 weeks ago on Fustic Road in Montego Bay. Of the two accused, the 20-year-old Tyrese Hunter, also known as a Bobby, a motorcycle mechanic from Johns Hall, St. James, has admitted to the murder as a closed-circuit television footage placed him at the scene. His alleged co-conspirator, Dino Barrett, previously arrested in March with an illegal firearm and ammunition, failed to appear in court on Monday and is now a person of interest. A bench warrant has been issued for his arrest. Senior Superintendent of Police Vernon Ellis, the commanding officer in charge of St. James, stated that Hunter, officially charged with murder, confessed to his role and is now a proactive co-operator. Despite 17 targeted operations to find Barrett, who is unemployed and resides on Catty Lane, Irwin, St. James, efforts have been unsuccessful. A series of CCTV footage led to the capture of the suspect and the seizure of the motorcycle used in the commission of the murder, Ellis told the news. According to police reports, Robinson, originally from Burnt Savannah in St. Elizabeth, was seated along the roadway when approached by a lone gunman on a motorcycle. The man pulled a firearm and shot Robinson in the head before escaping on the waiting motorcycle. Robinson was taken to Cornwall Regional Hospital by citizens, where he died during treatment. The Montego Bay Criminal Investigation Bureau launched a probe using canvassing and the CCTV to identify and trace the perpetrators. This led to the arrest of Hunter, with the motorcycle believed to be involved found in his possession. As the success rate in solving murders increased in the parish, the Granville Peace and Justice and Resource Development Foundation has joined the call for the expansion of CCTVs in St. James. Their call comes days after an endorsement by Montego Bay businessman Mark Kerr Jarrett.